This is Mountaintop History, a podcast produced by the Thomas Jefferson Foundation at Monticello.
Mountaintop History brings forward meaningful stories from this historic home and plantation, from the past and from the present.
My name is Kyle Chattelton.
And I'm Olivia Brown.
Thank you for joining us. We hope you'll learn something new. In 1803, the United States under President Thomas Jefferson doubled in size through the acquisition of the Louisiana Territory from France. With the purchase, Jefferson secured the important port of New Orleans and a trade route along the Mississippi River. Jefferson sought to not only establish trade with the Native American people who had already been living there for thousands of years, but also establish authority over these nations. He was also fascinated by the prospect of what could be learned about what he called the mysterious West. This would ultimately lead to the famed Lewis and Clark expedition. Ariel Armenta, an associate guide and supervisor at the Thomas Jefferson Foundation, explains.
So Jefferson selected his personal secretary and close family friend and neighbor, Merriwether Lewis, to lead the expedition. Now, to prepare for the trip, Jefferson sent Lewis to Philadelphia to study with the leading scientists of the day. Lewis took crash courses in medicine, botany, mathematics, zoology, and celestial observation. Now, fortunately for Lewis, Jefferson authorized him to select a co-commander, and in June of 1803, Lewis offered the position to a friend, a 33-year-old ex-Army lieutenant from Kentucky, William Clark. Now, Clark brought complementary abilities to the expedition, for he was a geographical expert, a skilled riverman, and a first-rate map maker. And on May 14, 1804, 42 soldiers and hired hands embarked from St. Louis, Missouri, and proceeded up the Missouri River toward the Pacific Ocean. And here was a remarkable cast of characters who encountered adversity of epic proportions, and they struggled through one adventure after another. It was a group of people from many different backgrounds, a human community as diverse as any in America today. For instance, consider York, an African-American explorer enslaved by William Clark, or Pierre Crozet, who was part French and Omaha Native American, and Sacagawea, a Shoshone woman who proved to be indispensable to the expedition. Now, they returned to St. Louis by September 1806, concluding a journey that lasted 2 years, 4 months, and 10 days. The body of knowledge they added to the scientific community proved to be invaluable. Their journey also marked a turning point in American westward expansion that would forever alter the future of many American Indian nations. Lewis and Clark's voyage of discovery turned out to be one of Thomas Jefferson's most enduring legacies.
This has been another episode of Mountaintop History, a collaboration podcast between WTJU and the Thomas Jefferson Foundation.
This episode of Mountaintop History was made possible in part by a major grant from the National Endowment for the Humanities. Join us for new episodes every 2 weeks on Apple and Google Podcasts, Stitcher, and the Virginia Audio Collective.
To learn more about Monticello or to plan your next trip, visit us online at monticello.org.